Welcome to In Layman's Terms, and today I have a super exciting video to share with you all. I have managed to get the drop on the Hisense 2022 range of TVs that are coming out in Australia this year. Now, as you can see, there is a huge amount of information, so we won't go through everything today. I just wanted to touch on some of the highlights and discuss a few points that I thought were interesting. So let's get to it. Now, before we go into the video, I just wanted to bring up an interesting point. It appears that Australia has become somewhat of a testing playground for Hisense and their new technologies. Judging by the previous couple of years, whenever Hisense has decided to drop or try a new technology, it always has been that the next year, the European and American markets get that technology repackaged and released. So don't be surprised if, judging by this list, you will see these technologies trickle upstream to the American and European markets. Now, I won't have time to go over everything today. I'll allow you guys to go over it at your own convenience. There are a few TVs I wanted to mention and I thought were really interesting. For example, last year I purchased the Hisense 100-inch 100S8, and that was a really good bang for buck TV. If you haven't seen that review, please check it out here. Now, this TV was an amazing TV for the price point, and I'm noticing Hisense is doing something similar with the U7 HAU 98-inch. It looks like it's similarly spec'd. This year it has a quantum dot color upgrade, and more importantly, it offers a Game Mode Pro, which appears to be a full-fat 2.1 4K 120 auto low latency mode, variable refresh rate, and AMD FreeSync Premium, which is a great departure from the 2020 run range. If you haven't checked out my review of the Hisense U9G 2021 model, please go to my channel and check it out. However, last year they released a partial HDMI 2.1 support. It was 4K, limited to 60 with auto low latency mode and basic VRR. The implementation with mini LED was terrible, absolutely shocking compared to their 2020 range. So I'm hoping this year they've really pulled it out and kicked ass with the new gaming features. Moving across to the U8 HAU and the U9 HAU. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any additional information between the Mini LED and the Mini LED Pro. I don't know what differentiates them, so I'll be very interested to see as that comes forward. Moving across to the X8 HAU and the X9 HAU OLED models. Now, this is really interesting to me. This could potentially be a real game changer for Hisense and for OLED in Australia. Now, this is just pure speculation. However, I suspect that the X9 HAU could possibly be a QD-OLED panel. Why, you ask? Well, first of all, there's only one model available, which is a 65-inch. Second of all, the new QD-OLED panels are only available in 65 and 55-inch. So if Hisense wants to do something really special, they would be doing QD-OLED right now. If you haven't been paying attention, Hisense haven't done OLED for many, many years. And for them to be reintroducing OLED into such a competitive market right now when Samsung has stepped back into the market, that implies to me they have something up their sleeve that is going to be very special and give them an edge. In turn, for me, that means QD-OLED. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And what appears to be the flagship in their range is the U80 HAU 75-inch 8K. First of all, I'm going to sound real critical. However, 8K at 75 inches, it doesn't really make sense. I have a QN900A, which is the Samsung Neo QLED 85-inch at 8K, and even that is a little bit hard to justify, but I just simply feel that anything below 85 inches, 8K is more or less just something to brag about, and it doesn't really offer any kind of benefit. But as you start getting to 85-inch and above, that's when 8K can really start bringing in something new. So I'm not sure what they're doing there, but if you see in the list, they're also offering the Mini LED Pro. So I will be very interested to see what the Pro brings. A couple of big things I wanted to mention. First of all, the Game Mode Pro. As you can see, a big chunk of their TVs is supported by Game Mode Pro. Now we won't know if it's the full HDMI 2.1 spec of 48 gigabits or not. However, I'm assuming it's at least going to be the 40 gigabits to support all the Xbox Series X features. So that's really cool to see 4K 120 with ALLM, VRR and FreeSync Premium. That's really cool. I feel like by 2022, all those features are pretty much standard on mid-range above TVs. Console gaming is so prolific, it's out there, everyone's doing it, and so many people just want to get more out of their consoles, so it's really cool to see Hisense bringing their A game when it comes to gaming. As an honorable mention, I believe the addition of Dolby Vision IQ and HDR10 Plus adaptive was really cool. As most of the big name brands all have this now as standard, I think it's important that Hisense finds parity with the other brands, giving them a reason or giving consumers a reason to look at them at a cheaper price point. I will say I'm still not happy about the Vita U platform. I've been a real big critic of this platform. However, it seems that unless you want to buy the 8K 75 inch, that's the only way you're going to get your Android TV included. So this year I'm planning to purchase 2 TVs for review from Hisense. Now, I would love to hear what TVs you guys would like me to review. So if you are following my channel, I do have the C1 and I do have a Neo QLED 8K Samsung. So I have some really good TVs to put these new ones side by side to give you a great comparison. So what TVs would you like me to review? I'm assuming everyone wants me to grab the OLED, so the X9 HAU. What about both OLEDs? What about the Mini LED Pro U9 HAU? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to get at it this year. And guys, as this channel is just starting up, I'd really appreciate it if you share my content. I'm really trying hard to get this channel going and I appreciate you all. I want to build a community in Australia. And thanks again for all my international viewers. I love you all and I'll speak to you in the comments. Until next time.